it's been doing for World 1.
Yeah. Oh, yep, now we're off. So yeah, I think you're right. I think Darksol is going to go for the wheel mix here. Sniper does not. Oh, Darksol actually got hit on the setup. That doesn't really matter, but... Oh, okay, so Darksol nails wheel mix, so we're probably going to see her take a pretty early lead here.
Yeah, they'll probably, once the timers are synced at least, both finish 1-1 at the same time. However, you'll see her likely pull ahead. However, she is new to the wheel mix. She was actually complaining about it in practice stream like half an hour ago. So, high 41 split at the end of 1-1 for, yeah, Sniper's technically ahead right now. By like
yeah, Sniper's about a second ahead, but if as long as Darksol has good wheel movement, she should be able to pull ahead here.
I can't quite attest to that yet, but I'm sure by tomorrow she'll be the best at it, because that's the thing.
Yeah, Darksol has a reputation for getting good at Kirby games really fast.
Like, very fast. It was really visible during the, you know, in leading up to last Any% tournament. Oh, and we're gonna resync. Nice. Sniper is ahead right now. Hopefully we'll see that wheel mix pay off in the next level for Darksol. That is a 6th. That is very interesting.
Yeah, she's gotten a 6 on both goal games. So the goal games are actually, our intent on them is to get as low as possible. And so there's a 3-frame window where you can get a 7 on the goal game without grabbing the cloud. So it's a little bit tricky to time. And Darksol's been missing a couple of them. That's actually part of the reason that Sniper's been able to keep up with her, despite her getting the wheel mix.
It can really add up over the course of a whole run, and it's not that hard to get consistent at them, but like actually getting the perfect one every single time is like nigh impossible. Like you can get a best split ever with a good goal game or a bad, or like you might lose it because of a bad goal game. But over the course of the run, I'd say that like everyone is even, like, even the top runners of this game, like MK Cocoon, probably get it only slightly more consistent than someone like me. It's one of those things that there's less control of. It's just a timing thing.
Sniper got hit by that Kabu there, and actually Darksol pulls into the lead for the first time, just by a tiny bit.
Ironically, none of it attributed to the wheel mix.
Yeah, it wasn't the wheel mix at all, it was just a Kabu. The Kabu in front of that door is very annoying. He sometimes gets in the way and sometimes doesn't. If your spacing is absolutely perfect, you can kill him and he won't be a problem, but it's really hard to nail that spacing without a lot of practice. And here's my favorite part of the run, where you slam your face into a tree.
I think it's quite interesting how you can slam your face into a tree in this game, but not in Dreamland 2. Just thought that was funny.
Yeah, that is
Especially
interesting.
considering you're on fire the whole time. And if you know anything about Nintendo games, you know that they like to make like wooden, grassy kind of things weak to fire. Any game developer, honestly. Look at Capcom, good Mega Man.
Sniper's spoiling the race in chat. Oh, he got bad Tornado Joe luck, so he got hit.
I believe that these enemies are called Twisters.
Yeah, I think they're called Twisters, but that one specifically, Tornado Joe.
that one guy's Tornado Joe.
Yes, that's his name, and he's very mean. He's named by Lori D. Bunnykins. Shoutouts to her. Yeah, so Sniper's taking Parasol, which is not the intended strat, but really you just need an ability here. He is struggling with the movement.
Just hit him from... Why did he explode up into it using the top of a parasol as an attack?
I have no idea why he did that. But anyway, the reason you need an ability you just saw on Darksol's screen is because we use it to combine for a double star to one-shot that wheelie. And then we get wheel back, which is really convenient.
So, Blat Split. What
Yeah.
about Blat Split?
Blat Split is the timer that Sniper chooses to use during tourney races. I personally think it's the worst thing ever. But that's just my opinion. Oh, Darksol actually dropped wheel there. That's interesting. Normally you don't need to keep wheel here. Some of the top level runners do a strat where they actually keep wheel through this arena, but it's very difficult to do, and it's not really something that either of these runners would ever go for in a run, I don't think. But she dropped it a room earlier than most do. That's kind of interesting.
So these arenas, there are multiple of these Meta Knights arenas in the game. These guys are called the Meta Knights, plural, because Nintendo was feeling extra creative that day.
Yes.
And basically, they all spawn in a set order. So the same ones are going to spawn every single time. And all that's up to luck is their movement and attack patterns. However, they all come in from the same place. So as long as you can kill them earlier enough, you can basically... The faster you are, the more luck you cut out.
Yeah, I mean, you can basically guarantee that each of the arenas goes the same the whole time.
Yeah.
Possibly with the exception of the World 3 arena, which is very, very annoying. And it's also the only one that we don't do powerless, because normally they're a little bit difficult to kill powerless, or with an ability. So we don't use one, and we just suck them up and spit them at each other, except for the World 3 arena, because we need to keep high jump through that.
This is one of the few times you're going to see Spark in this run, and now it's gone. The purpose of having Spark is to drop it.
Well, okay. We needed Spark for the boss fight first. Boss fight against TikTok. Because Spark does deal quite a bit of damage. It's one of the fastest abilities at killing enemies. It's not the fastest, but it's the most convenient fast one that we have.
It's up there in terms of DPS with NIDL. I mean, they're almost the same thing, but not quite. They're really close to being the same thing.
I think NIDL is a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
And the highest damage ability in the game is Ball, and we will start seeing that in World 5. Ooh! Did Sniper get Subpixel, or did he just not go for it and I missed it?
I think Sniper just had a pretty sketchy room to start with.
Oh, Darksol barely missing that last hit. Doing damage to bosses with high jump is really nice. It does a lot of damage, and you can cancel it really quickly to deal even more damage, but the downside is you have to stand in a very precise spot right next to the boss so that you'll deal as much damage as possible without getting hit. And she just barely misspaced that. She was slightly too far away and didn't get the last hit and ended up taking a hit.
The ceilings in that room give like a much tighter feel to it, so you always feel like you're about to get hit, especially in that fight. I feel like high jump feels a lot less restricted in the boss fight of this world. Just because you don't have to like... You're worried a lot less about spacing. Because...
I kind of feel it's the opposite for me personally, because TikTok actually moves around and Paint Roller stays in the same spot.
I despise TikTok. TikTok is worse than Paint Roller, but I was talking about Sun and Moon.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, Sun and Moon are pretty easy. And just there we saw 3-1, both runners grabbed the switch, and those switches are the difference between any percent and 100% in this game. I believe there's 17 of them throughout the run, and getting those switches is the only difference. So it's very similar to any percent. One big thing, though, is that the switches always fully heal you once you grab them, so you don't have to worry about health as much. Ooh, Darksol jumped over the wheel without hitting it. I have not seen anyone do that. That's very risky. Because if you get hit there, your ability goes right in the spikes.
Yeah, that's some higher level stuff right there. Most people just turn... When I jump over it, but I also do the spinning attack as well, which is
Yeah, me
like
too.
perfectly safe.
Darksol also had basically a perfect Bugsy. That was a very good sort of Bugsy fight. Oh, Sniper chose to float there to make Bugsy float after him. That's interesting, because then it's got upsides and downsides, because if you do that, you know what Bugsy's going to do. He won't be as random. But Sword in the air has a way smaller hitbox than on the ground, so it's actually harder to hit him when he's in the air. So that's a trade-off there that most runners don't take. And Darksol, again, getting a cloud grab on that goal game, which takes even more time than just missing it by a little bit.
Meta Nightmare is a lot faster than Kirby in this game, mostly because you don't have to do goal games, and because he doesn't have that flag plant animation after every level. You'll notice as on Sniper screen momentarily. It just kind of opens up to the next area.
Ooh, Darksol's having a really good arena as well. Yeah, she's just playing really solidly right now.
That's kind of her trademark.
Ooh, yep, that's what I thought. Sniper barely missed that purple guy the first time, and hitting that purple guy after you miss him is very annoying. He ended up taking a hit there. Wasn't the worst in the world. He actually recovered from it decently, though.
So, it's hard to tell if you're not looking out for it, but when Darksol killed that bonkers back there, the invincibility candy actually didn't do any of the damage. She just pressed B so much that you just keep getting damage from initiating a high jump and canceling it. Like, if you notice, Sniper's not damaging him just by standing on top of him, unlike just about every other Kirby game with the invincibility candy in it. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Although I will argue that the most interesting invincibility candy physics are in Squeak Squad. You do like maybe 3 or 4, no, way more than 3 or 4 hits per second on Daroche within invincibility candy, but on Yatagame, like the big crawling boss that basically puts you in a side scroller, you, over the course of your entire invincibility candy, if you stand up against his hitbox, you do 2 hits.
Yeah, that's just iframes difference, I think.
No, you absolutely destroy Yatagame with Tornado normally.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. That's very strange. Oh, Darksol guessing Sun incorrectly.
Ew!
Heck.
So my Twitch stream.
Alright, I'm gonna refresh mine.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna refresh mine as well.
Alright, I have sound and a black screen. Sounds like we're in 4-1 though. Yes, we are. Oh, Darksol does not have high jump. I guess she lost it. Looks like she's gonna go for UFO strats probably though. Yeah. So there's 2 ways to get through this upcoming room. High jump is the slightly newer one, but some runners still prefer going through it with UFO. I believe high jump is slightly faster just because you don't have to take the time to grab UFO, but they're very similar in speed. Ooh, I don't know if either of them are going to go for the 4-1 mix. Darksol got bad RNG for it, though. She's going to go ahead and take Tornado through here, then. the wheel mix is it's a little bit of a higher level strat, so I wouldn't be surprised if neither of them went for it. Let's see if Sniper goes for it here. Oh, nope. He's just taking Tornado as well.
Stick with Tornado. Stick with the Joe.
Yeah, and these runners are actually pretty close. It's less than half a stage difference still.
That is an intentional damage boost. One of the very few intentional damage boosts in this game.
Yeah, we don't take very many of those, but that one actually does help us out because we don't need an ability. Oh, Dark Soul barely getting clipped by that Poppy's foot. Not too bad of a fight though.
Health is a commodity in this game. More so in any percent, just because you don't have to get the switches.
Mm-hmm. One good thing to note is that you can soft reset the game after beating any stage and come back with full health and 2 lives. It is at the cost of whatever ability you have, though, so you really can only do it after a stage where you don't need to keep your ability. But that really helps newer runners out and helps out even higher level runners in races like this in certain spots. We'll probably see a whole lot less throughout this Hundo tourney, though, because like I said before, the switches fully refill your health, so you don't have to worry about it as much.
But it's a super viable race strat in a lot of situations, especially like after 5-6. Wait, no, you get the switch in 5-6. Doesn't matter.
Right, so there's very few spots where you actually need it.
Just about every spot I could think of where you would typically where you would see more soft resets in an any percent run is just not applicable here.
Wheel, high jump, and ball are generally the fastest abilities. Tornado is not actually used very much at all, in contrast to the original Kirby's Adventure, where it is by far the best ability in the game. It's actually been completely routed out of the optimal route in this game. Some runners using older or easier strats still use it in a couple places, but yeah, wheel is the fastest horizontal movement ability, high jump is the fastest vertical movement ability and does good damage, and ball has the highest damage in the game and also has good movement.
Good movement, but very difficult movement.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's really, really odd. I think a lot of people who casually played through the game had no idea how it worked, and so probably didn't use it much.
Yeah, I can for sure. I did not use ball at all on either playthrough of Kirby's Adventure or Nightmare in Dreamland.
Right, yeah. But both of these runners are going to show us just how broken ball is in a little bit.
Picks from Dark Soul. This is really interesting, honestly. I'm enticed. She's getting so many lowest height 6s.
Yeah, it's it's very strange. Whoa, Dark Soul, I think got an eaten jump input and almost just dove right into that pit.
There's this room that Dark Soul is in is pretty notorious for eating inputs, so you really can't blame her too much. Also, if you're wondering why these runners haven't just changed and switched over to why don't they just use Tornado? There is a lot of mixing and there is a lot of risk involved. So I think the number of people who would do it in a run versus in a tournament setting are very... There's a difference there. Basically, you can go for a mix, and if you miss it, then you've basically wasted 6 or 7 seconds setting it up, trying to mix it, having to get rid of your ability, and then having to get another ability that can back you up.
Demo says you might see them take throw in 6-3. That's because the big infamous part of 100% is 6-3, where there's a UFO mix that is extremely difficult, but if you hit it, it saves 15 seconds over the regular strategies. I'm not sure if either of these runners go for it, though. I know Sniper does not, but I actually don't know if Dark Soul goes for it or not, so it'll be interesting to see.
Okay, I know Sniper doesn't go for it, but this is exactly the kind of setting where he would go for it.
Yeah, he has said in the past that he is never going for it, though, so it would be a really big surprise, to say the least. But
Dang.
I'm all for it. I'm rooting for him.
Even if you get it on third try, I think you break even if you don't even attempt it. So it is very
I
much
don't.
worth
I
it
think
to
third
at
try loses time at that point.
least- third try loses time. Yeah.
I guess it depends on how fast you can set it up, but you spend a long time in the mix wheel for that one, so I'd imagine that after second try, it would definitely be losing time.
I don't know.
Third try still says the second if you're fast.
But then you have to trust rocks. No offense to Rocks. I'm not saying that he's not trustworthy. I'm just saying that he goes for every difficult strat possibly conceived. Not even because it's fast, just because it's difficult.
Oh, Darksol's going for singles on Krakow. That is surprising. So there's two main strategies for Krakow, and one is getting 5 double hits, and one is getting 6 single hits. Single hits is generally regarded as the harder strat and the newer one. Yeah, we're seeing Sniper go for double hits here. But Darksol actually had a pretty good single hits fight.
5 doubles, you need to hit every single double, which is somewhat difficult in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
Sniper
go
missed
for it
one of
anyway.
them there, and that's why he had a sliver of health left at the end.
Perfect stone cancel there from Darksol. You want to destroy the top 3 blocks, because that is... The door entrance is actually only 1 block. The top half of the door is simply cosmetic. So doors are 1x1 squares in this game.
Yeah, there's a pretty big meme about how hard doors are to get into in this game.
We call the doors the final boss.
I think that was adapted from Super Mario World. I think we can thank Sniper, actually, for bringing that meme to us, to our community.
It's difficult in Super Mario World, because don't you need to press up on, the first turning frame to enter it at top speed?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about that game.
If you're floating around, especially if it's an aerial door or something, and you miss it, then you just start flying up past it, and then you're like, I gotta fall back down and get back to it. And then you either fall too far to the side, or press up again too early, and then you end up flying around it for another 3 or 4 seconds.
Oh, here we get to see the destructive power of Ball for the first time. Bam, 2 hits. Bonkers is dead.
2 quick ones! I already know I'm on the perfect line.
And Sniper with a good fight as well.
Flat.
Five 3 is a really good stage for showing off the ability diversity in the run, because the first section is very clearly designed for high jump, and the next section is very clearly designed for wheel. And because it's so heavily designed for those abilities, they actually also end up being the fastest through here. In a lot of other Kirby games, you'll just see one ability dominate. We would, if this were Squeak Squad, for example, we would ignore high jump and just use wheel through the whole section.
Well, that's because wheel is just a high jump clone in that game. So that,
exactly, yeah.
That's a different can of worms.
But it's an example from a different game. Oh, Sniper having a little bit of trouble getting a dash input off there.
Honestly, World 5 is one of the more straightforward worlds. Sniper, was there a switch in that level or no?
No.
No? Okay. It's been a minute since I run
You've just forgotten how to play 100%. It's okay.
I barely knew how to play 100% to begin with.
Alright, and here we've got another arena.
But what I was saying was that World 5 is, honestly, in terms of the speedrun, one of the most straightforward worlds. There's not a lot to mess up aside from ball swag, which is free.
Let's see if Darksol goes for it. Oh, she is going for it.
It's free. Oh, she's got it.
Oh no! She what? she spit ball out.
What?
Okay, well that's going to be quite a bit of time loss, actually. We
Yeah.
normally keep ball through here. She's
Hopefully
going to
we
lose a
can-
lot of time in the last room of the stage. Sniper playing it safe, not going for ball swag. He's going to catch up a bit here as long as he keeps it.
There are 2 ball strats in this game named after me, and neither of them are done in hundo.
The sad
both-
timeline.
Because they're both for going around the switches, like in that room, right? That Sniper's in right now to climb it up quickly.
Mhm.
Because I beat this ball. And is it in this next level as well? Yeah.
Yep.
Chooch ball is in this level. However, both of these levels have switches, and you don't go the way that either of my strats involve.
This switch, the timing for it is a little bit tight, and the mechanics for inhaling in this game are really weird. So it's very easy to accidentally inhale a star block instead of the enemy that you want, and have to reset the room. But it looks like they both got through it first try.
But very, very close now.
Yeah, they're neck and neck now. That that happened. That incident with ball happened. Now I get to see high jump Fireline. In the any percent run, you decimate this guy with ball, and fighting with high jump can be a little bit annoying. Good RNG and a very good fight from Darksol though. Let's see how Sniper's able to handle it. Oh, he gets the walk back pattern, but he reacts to it. Oh, Darksol struggling a little bit in that last room. Those pigs are very random and annoying, and they can hit you really easily. Darksol is getting a 6 on the goal game almost every time. She's probably losing like about a second to Sniper on every goal game.
Maybe not a second, but it is adding up.
Yeah, it's definitely adding up a lot.
Because getting 6s would be something to talk about. However, like she's consistently gotten the lowest possible 6.
Right,
That's
but even getting a high 7 loses like 0.4 seconds. What is
Really?
Sniper is? He does not know the hammer setup. He really does not want to get locked without it though, because you actually have to soft reset your game if you miss hammer in this room.
Yeah.
So, alright. Dark Souls lead
there.
lengthens a bit. Yeah. That movement is a little bit tricky, but it's absolutely worth learning.
Oh, it's so worth learning.
It's also very fun to pull off once you know it.
You know, once you get the rhythm in your head, you're like, yeah. Yeah.
It looks very flashy. So I would recommend learning that one. Ooh, good underwater blocks from Sniper. Those can be clunky. I didn't see how Dark Souls went, but Sniper did it really well.
Not as smooth as Sniper, but good enough.
Alright, we're on the World 5 boss. Normally, in any percent, it doesn't matter if you keep hammer through here or not, but you actually need it for 6-1 and 100% to get to the switch. So if you get hit, you actually have to get hammer back.
Or stone.
How are you going to get stone in 6-1?
There's that mix that Sniper's been talking about for the past 2 days.
That's in 6-2.
I'm so stupid. I can't count. Hey guys, I'm going to school for engineering.
He's going for school for engineering, not Kirby. Darksol is actually going for the wheel mix here. She missed it by 2 there and ended up with Parasol. Oh! That's really bad. Ooh. Oh, she misses it again! Okay, she finally pulls it off, but Sniper has completely caught up now. And she's gonna have to play really well with wheel to save any time. I do not personally recommend going for wheel strats here. Is she gonna go for the stone mix in 6-2 then? Because that's really the only way that wheel mix saves time. Unless she's just more comfortable with it for some reason.
When you guys see MK Cocoon play, you're gonna see him hit every single one of these mixes that we're talking about as like theoretical. He's like, oh no, this is just easy. He'll hit
Hey,
like
Darksol actually got a 7. I feel like that's worth talking about now.
7 with Sniper ahead. Wowee, as I might say. Okay, so it looks like she's practiced World 6. Oh. Not worth talking about anymore.
Alright, yeah, neither of them go for the stone mix. They just opt to take the safer stone. I believe the
talking about
optimal
this
stone
for
mix
like 2
saves
days, and you
about...
don't even do it. I'm kind of upset.
Yeah. I believe it only saves about 5 seconds.
That shot, though, that cannon, like, it's like, oh yeah, I know that you've been labbing this out this whole time, and now you don't even do it? Huh.
We hit him. And Sniper respawned the Crash Bomber, so we lost a little bit more time, too. Shaking my head, not even being optimal.
I'm pretty sure that those two Sparkies auto-mix stone.
They auto-mix to hammer. So that's also the backup in 6-1 if you lose hammer. Normally is to go for both of them and just let the mix wheel run itself out so you get hammer. Ooh, Sniper got hit at the very end of that room and chose not to grab Tornado back, so he's going to be a little bit slower moving through this room in the beginning of the next stage. Not a huge time loss, but with how close this race is, it's a big deal.
SMH my head.
Alright, let's see if Darksol goes for UFO here. Okay, no, she's grabbing Spark. Okay. So these two flamers are normally where you mix off of to get UFO, but both of them are going to take casual strats, going to do the fight with Spark, then grab Hammer, then going to swim into another room and grab Laser, then go back into another room with a cannon to light the fuse. If you grab UFO, you get to skip grabbing Hammer and skip grabbing Laser, so that's where all the time save comes from if you do the mix.
Oops. Darksol jumps just a bit too far.
Yeah, the laser grab is also quite annoying.
Oh, Sniper aced that.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay, good.
Yeah, I know that Sniper has practiced the casual strats quite a bit. He's probably the most consistent runner at them because he does them so much. That's one of the reasons why he says he'll never go for UFO mix, is because he's already so familiar with casual strats. But wow, this is an incredibly even race.
An incredibly even race from two incredibly even runners in an incredibly even world.
Alright, another 6 on the goal game. I cannot believe how consistently Darksol is getting 6s. So this stage is normally very difficult in any percent because you have to keep your ability through this really tricky underwater section. But we don't care about it at all in 100% because we're coming in here powerless, and immediately after it, we get a switch and heal. And this is also, I believe, Chooch's favorite stage, and I will let him explain why.
It is my favorite stage. Oh, let me tell you about this stage, kids. Basically, this stage has the best room in the entire game that we are coming up right now. It's the Nut Shack. This is the vertical Nut Shack, and now we're entering the horizontal Nut Shack.
Double Nut Shack action. Oh, with the swag jump through the horizontal Nut Shack. All the style points.
That is exceptionally swaggy. I've actually never seen that done before.
I think that's a Halo Dude strat.
Whoa!
This is some wild sync.
If there is any... Well, most actually difficult swag strats were invented by Halo Dude. Just because... Like, he is this game. Like, no effort at all. Anything sick.
Alright, we're gonna see both of them take fire here. Interesting that they both decided to actually swallow it there. The safer strat is to just fat Kirby your ability and carry it until you need to swallow it. Both of them took the risk, though, and it paid off for both of them, actually, so... We are staying almost synced.
Well, 5-6 does cause a lot of... No, 6-6 does cause a lot of problems. I can count, I swear!
It's not even counting, it's just remembering your speed game.
It literally says level 6 up top.
Reading comprehension 0. Alright, so I believe we're going to see them both go for double stars. Darksol got a nice easy one there. Took a hit but didn't get frozen, which is the bigger deal. And Sniper pulls ahead with a better setup.
So, a list of everything that can go wrong in this level. Just about everything, for starters.
This entire room is a list of things that can go wrong. Because these UFOs all have set spawn points, but they move extremely fast and completely randomly after they spawn. So it's really easy to get hit a ton of times here and just screw everything up. But the goal is just to have any ability coming through, so you can guarantee that you get a double star off of it. Both of them got good RNG anyway.
Okay.
Ooh, Darksol actually manages to keep UFO, so she's going to save some time here, because moving with UFO is actually a little bit faster than moving without it. I don't know how worth it is to re-grab UFO there. I believe Wakaza did that in his PB.
Ooh.
I don't know. Marsh would know if that actually saves time or not.
Ooh, Sniper getting that good RNG. Missing that. Wow, his movement on the ice is so clean, dude. This is like Shrek on ice.
Okay, Sniper taking a soft reset to refill his health there before Meta Knight. That is the most common soft reset point in the game. You do see it less frequently in 100%, but still better to be safe than sorry in races like this. But I don't know. Ooh, Darksol getting a lot of blocks from Meta Knight. Wow, Sniper's fight went so much better than Darksol's. What? How? Okay. I was not counting how many blocks that was, but that was incredibly bad RNG on Darksol's side. So Sniper's actually pulling into the lead going into World 7.
That was not choochers at all.
It was not. Alright, so Sniper's in the block room. This room contains the 7-1 switch, which is one of the most annoying switches to get in the game. Let's see if he can... Okay, so he opts to take the burning a little bit early, just to make sure that he doesn't accidentally kill it and have to respawn it. Darksol actually taking it very early, not even bothering to respawn him at all. So she's going to lose time. Oh, wow. Yeah, she's having a really rough time with this. So Sniper's actually going to pull into the lead, and right here he's going to get a mix for Ball, which we're going to use for 7-2. So get your bless RNGs in chat, because we have the most infamous stage in the game coming up.
However, if you're well practiced, you shouldn't lose more than 6 to 8 seconds.
Ooh, start with a bad goal game there. Alright, so let's see how this boss tower goes. We start off with Bonkers, who's generally one of the easier ones. Nails that fight. Going on to Fan, who is generally the most hated. Ooh, he gets good RNG. Oh, what? How did he get grabbed? I don't even know how that happened. Alright, well, that's 7-2 for you. Oh, and Darksol took a hit on Bonkers, looks like. Sniper's on Bugsy, also good RNG from Bugsy, nails that fight. That's the second hardest one after Fan. And he's going on to Fire Lion, who's pretty free, so... Other than that very strange grab from Fan, Sniper is doing pretty well.
Oh, backdrop!
Oh, Darksol is getting wrecked by Bugsy right now. Oh my gosh!
What?
That's terrible. Oh, man, she got hit by the corpse. She's only at 1 health for Fire Lion, which is actually really dangerous. Hopefully she can make it through. Oh no, he went forward! Oh, Darksol's gonna have to do this fight powerless, which loses so much time. So Sniper is gonna take a really huge lead here. That is super unfortunate.
There's not a ton of opportunity to make that time up, that lost time up in the rest of this run.
Yeah, Sniper's gonna have to choke pretty hard. Maybe take a death and wind tunnel. That's about the only thing I can think of. The death and wind tunnel is basically the only thing that can make it up.
Losing wheel in 7-6.
I don't even know if that'll be enough time, because he already finished 7-3 and Darksol's still finishing out Fire Lion. Ooh, she got hit by the corpse but didn't actually kill it, which is good because burning saves a lot of time. Oh yeah, missing the 7-6 switch could do it as well. Hopefully, Sniper remembers he's playing 100% and that does not happen. It is pretty easy to forget at this point since the last switch you grabbed was in 7-1. And the switch is at the very end of 7-6, and it's after the final door, so it's very easy to accidentally autopilot into it and miss the switch at the end of the game. But I doubt that we'll see that happen from either of these runners.
Yeah. Whenever you're in 7-6, you have to remember the wise words of Shadow the Hedgehog. How do you like that, Obama? I pissed.
That's not Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, that's Eggman.
That's Dr. Eggman.
Dr. Eggman.
Alright. So Sniper's entering 7-5, which is one of the hardest stages left. I mean, there's only 2 stages left, but it's still, it's notably tricky. It's got the wind tunnel we were talking about. We've got the first room, where you have to take care of these crash bombers, which have massive hitboxes and waste a lot of time when they explode. So it's pretty easy to get hit by them. Followed by a boss fight, which isn't too difficult, but then we followed up with, ooh, wow, he almost accidentally puffed wheel after getting that up input. That would have been really bad. He's making it through the wind tunnel now, which is a pretty tricky room that a lot of runners have choked runs on, myself included.
Oh, everyone's choked a runner. It's like a rite of passage.
It is, I think. That's how I got eliminated from last year's tourney, so don't sleep on 7-5. But now here, Sniper is in the final level, the throwback to Kirby's Dreamland. And he's going to try to keep wheel all the way through here. There are a couple spots that are pretty annoying you can get hit in, most notably the cave room with the Kabu RNG, so, which has also taken quite a few runs from runners.
Yeah, in any percent, Shasta's been infamously scared of that room. It's like, ah!
I believe Cocoon lost 3 PBs in a row, PvPS runs in a row, to Kabu RNG right here. Good RNG though, Sniper makes it through fine. Darksol meanwhile on the Grand Wheelie fight in 7-5.
Still so scary.
Oh, Sniper gets hit, loses wheel, but it's right before the last room, so he's not going to lose very much time at all. And hopefully he nails the ball mix, and then remembers to get the switch. If he does that, there's not really much left that can stop him from winning this race. Alright, he gets ball. And we're going to the moon. Finalize 100%.
High Kirby percent.
High Kirby percent. Meanwhile, Darksol just entering 7-6, so a full stage behind.
There's not much that can happen here. If you're expecting some sort of difficult final boss, then I think you're playing the wrong game.
DDD can be a little bit annoying, but we've got full health since it's 100%, so... Oh, he does get the bad pattern, so... Now he's got to deal with randomness here. The setup that we have does not work if you get insta-dive, which is the pattern that Sniper got. He's actually going to hit a lot here. It still shouldn't matter, though. Yeah, he makes it through fine. So now we're on to the final boss, which has 2 phases, first being the Nightmare Orb and the second being Nightmare Wizard. Orb is a whole lot of mashing, I think. Do you know how many hits Orb is?
I don't know.
I think it's like 60 or something.
That's way more than
It's like 50 or 60, I think.
We call this fight Orb because you're fighting an orb in space.
Yeah, it's very creative.
And if you don't actually beat the orb, then you crash into the ground and die.
Yeah, there is actually a timer, which is very interesting. Sniper having a really terrible orb, he gets hit 5 times. Your health does not refill before Wizard, so... I don't know, he might take an intentional death at the beginning of Wizard just to make sure he doesn't die during it and seals off the race. But we'll see.
He has the time to, but he honestly might not even need to.
Yeah, let's find out. Actually, I think he's on. He might be on PB pace. I don't know what his. Yeah, he's having a really good run. His PB is 46.23, so I think he can definitely actually PB this if he doesn't take the intentional death. Ryder's first hit. Second one down. And meanwhile, Darksol just finished off DDD. She's going to be entering the final boss. Ooh, wow. That was actually really close. Sniper played that very well. He got RNG that could have gotten him hit there, but he played it well. And GG, 45.57 it looks like for Sniper. That is a new PB in the tourney race. Congrats.
G.
And we have a winner.
He didn't split on Black Split. What the Black?
Blatswift's going forever. Meanwhile, Darksol going to the Wizard fight, gonna finish off her run. She also played really well. It was just very unfortunate 7-2. That Bugsy was absolutely brutal.
You know, as a wise Twitch chatter once said, "Hi, Kirby."
Yeah, Darksol expressing hatred for 7-2. GG, Sniper. Congrats.
Thank you. I need to find this image. This is very important. Shoot, where is it? There it is! Yes.
Alright,
Very important.
Let's see if Darksol's gonna get all the hits here. Finish off time. She's on pace for pretty low 47.
Sick. Oh, hold up.
And GG for Darksol. Looks like 47-21. So yeah, congrats. So that was a PB for you, Sniper.
Yes, yes it
Quite a
was.
bit. That was a really good run.
I saved 35 seconds in World 7.
35 seconds, wow.
I golded DDD by 8 seconds, even though it was the worst DDD ever.
That was a gold? You got hit 3 times.
I only have a split for 7-2 and the rest of World 7. By the way, you're welcome.
Right, that's true. Still though, wow.
Sniper.
Yeah, that was a good run for you, for sure.
Yes, Chooch?
Hey, Sniper. Can you tell me about your use of Black Split?
Yeah, what about it? It's fine by me.
Question mark?
Blat.
How many
exclamation point
points belong after a Blat?
3.
Okay, good. So
funniest thing that happened in that run. I got the sub-pixel, but I didn't even try to go for it. I only went for the sub-pixel because I got an Eden input.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I thought I saw you get it, and I was like, what? I don't think he even normally goes for it.
It was only because I got an Eden input.
Wow. Yeah, that was a very close race. I don't know how.
Bruh, 45. I can retire. How many points does this give me, MK?
I have no idea.
Jeez, Darksol.
Yeah. That was super close. You guys were basically even going into 7-2, but she had an extremely unfortunate Bugsy.
How was her 6-6?
On Fire Lion.
I basically got the my strat in 6-6, even though I messed up the very
I'm just
ending.
gonna practice 7-2 for the rest of the day.
No.
That's what I did last night.
That was unfortunate.
GG.
You had a really good run up until that point, though. And you finished it off well despite everything. That was a really good race.
The Mulga default dance.
Yeah, I see.
Hang on.
Alright. Let's see, was there anything else about this run that was interesting? There were so many points where you two were synced. It was really fun to watch.
Cool.
Quite a few lead changes.
Yep. Yeah, you guys were completely synced
Oh, that doesn't work.
basically into 6-6. That's where things started to shift really, because Darksol had a really bad Meta Knight. Got blocked so many times.
I'm kind of used to it from Meta Knight. He doesn't want to get hit most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sniper actually took a soft reset before Meta Knight and still ended up finishing it way before Darksol did.
Sick. I'm one for very aggressive Meta Knights. That's just a me thing.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Marsh's Meta Knight manip is going to become a common thing at any point.
Marsh's minute for Meta Knight. Oh no, no.
I don't know. It might.
I would say no. Anything else
God, by the way.
anything else that needs to be said about that? I guess let me just think through what happened through my run.
All the runners. That's what needs to be said.
So funnily
That's
enough,
my call.
I set my comparison to worst segments that entire race, and I actually changed best possible time to worst possible time. So that way I couldn't see my best possible time.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't even notice that you were on PB pace until towards the end there.
Yeah, I was
That
like,
was very good.
what's this timer at when you like kill DD? I'm like, 44, what the?
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, Chooch, you have some catching up to do.
I know. Again, I've only got one completed run of this category.
Also, shoot, I think this means I have to go back to any %. Give it a year.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a tourney next year. Yeah, so I think that about wraps it up here. There is a lot more Kirby tonight on
Oh, dude,
this
my fan
channel
My
as
fan
well.
was the funniest thing ever.
Oh yeah, how did you get hit there? What in the world?
I understand why I got hit. I just got like such bad luck. And then I laughed so hard when that. I laughed so hard when I got trapped. And then my mom was just yelling at me because I was laughing so hard. But I'm so glad I didn't get I didn't get not double backstep. Double the backstep bugs is easy to deal with. Backstep charge into jump is like the freaking worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's like actually the worst Bugsy pattern, and I've gotten it like twice in a row. Anyway, this concludes today's race. When am I commentating the other one again? I forget.
Yeah, let's see. Do I have that up?
In an hour? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we've got another race happening an hour from now. I believe that's Musical versus Faster Supersonic, and then immediately after that, also on this channel, we've got Blue Bomber versus MK Cocoon. So if you guys have been enjoying this tourney, there is a whole lot more coming tonight.
Bro, I'm gonna die. It's like 28 right now.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's very warm. Especially for this time of year. Alright, thank you for watching that. I golded Krakow, I golded my second half of Butter Building Split. And also I debated you guys. And then I think I actually golded 7-2 as well, but I split late. So I had a gold world 7, basically.
Yeah, that was a really good, really good performance.
Thank you.
All right. And with that, I think we will go ahead and sign off. See you guys in an hour with more Kirby.
Poggers.
And then another hour after that for more Kirby. More.
All
Double
on
Kirby.
SpeedGaming 1.
Heck yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks for having us.
Good luck in both of your next rounds, by the way.